Esties, welcome back to another episode of Esthetician Edit. Today we are here with Clara Vasquez from DermaSwiss, and we're really excited to just get to know your brand, the brand philosophy, the skincare, what makes it really unique. So if you don't mind just introducing yourself first, and then the brand itself.
First of all, it's great to be here because, all these years that I've been in business, it's probably the first time that I get the opportunity to do this live. It's something that, now the founder and the CEO of DermaSwiss allows me to be always on top of things with innovation, science, and expertise for the esthetician. So most of my career, I've been just flying over those kind of aspects, which makes the industry so much powerful and helping people to be successful in their business. One of the things that I was inspired for to become this, 33 years in business, it's my business background, but it's mostly the fact that there was like a gap, and there was this in between, like a bridge between the esthetician and the talent of it. It was like a product missing there. So becoming very friendly with the community in Europe and visiting shows up there, I created a concept with the people from laboratories in Switzerland, and that's how DermaSwiss comes along. I think it's been a winner concept all the way because we created a science, the integrity, and the professionalism for the estheticians to elevate the level of education. So basically, what I'm doing here today with the estheticians is generating that continued education, which is going to be appropriate to compete today in this world, the boosting industry like the cosmetic industry. We have a lot of competition, but it is only good for us to empower estheticians to become better and more professionals. And everything can be achieved through that education period. So DermaSwiss, hand by hand with the Swiss people, we have developed a very pure, simple concept, which is progressive with the skincare results. And we've been able to create that niche of people that they want to have a line for all the skin types and every single problem that the skin should reflect at one point or another at the spa.
I love that. Because especially when you're starting out as an esthetician, you want usually to start off with one line that can benefit everyone, right? So you talked a little bit about staying ahead of innovations and trends, obviously, because this is a competitive market. How do you stay ahead of innovation?
Becoming a leader of a company had made me successful because it's been a while and it's not easy. And I always tell people it's staying in business is one thing, but believing in that dream and achieving higher levels, it's hard. And I think it takes a little bit of education as far as believing in yourself and being able to look forward. Sometimes I feel very frustrated because a lot of the estheticians are always questioning themselves, how would I stay in business when I start in a little room, when I start out here? But that's the beginning of everything. In the world of aesthetics, you have to have an attitude because you're dealing with human beings every day. You're taking care of people's face. You cannot abuse any of that. And sometimes we feel that staying in business represents a great deal of effort. It's education, it's innovation, it's professionalism, and it's choosing the right product that is going to identify your business and your personality and how do you project it to your customers.
I started with a suite this year, and I would say confidence is everything, and you can't be confident if you don't have the education, because then you just feel like you're not being authentic to your clients. You feel like you're just making things up on the spot. Like they say, fake it till you make it, but you can only do that to a certain extent. You need the education. What type of education do you offer, and what makes it unique from other skincare brands that offer education?
From other brands. It's a question that I always get during the shows. For instance, you were mentioning to us before, when you go to a show, you have to believe in the brand. I don't think you can carry a product and not believing in the effects of it, or what are you going to do to sell the product or represent. I would never use the word sell products. You recommend products because sometimes people feel like you're into a shopping center and you're dealing here with something that comes with the skin analysis. So when you stop our booth or when you stop at DermaSwiss, we make it apart just because we have a very simple, effective, and very versatile line, which makes it very compact to understand. So estheticians today, they don't read, most of them. They don't understand. They don't want to spend time. They want to pick here, there, and there. And they have 150 choices at one point or another. So I always tell them, have a purpose. What are you looking for? What do you want to do? What kind of special treatments do you want to carry on in your spa? Because thereafter becomes the money issue where everybody fails. It's like, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. And then you buy a lot of things for the back bar. But at the very end of it, you don't have any products to take home. And so the loyalty doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So DermaSwiss will provide you with the kits that are assorted depending upon the skin type, obviously with the skin analysis. And then you hook up with the client and then you develop that confidence, that trust that a lot of people just ignore. And everything happens like magic when you educate the estheticians. Because I can sit down here and talk to you about 20 different products. But if I don't know the ingredients, I don't know what they're looking for, I don't know exactly the skin analysis, how I end up being, I'm not going to be able to make it come back to me.
Yeah.
So my energy, my concentration has always been education. That's how I developed DermaSwiss. And it's been a long story with the education, but it's something that today I said, if you want to stay apart and be part of something that is a winner, you got to educate and be educated. I have to be on top of things. I have to read. I have to come and see what's going on at the congresses, travel, which is a great opportunity because you also see different orientation towards products. So it's good. It's rewarding.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, if a new esthetician or just an esthetician that was, like, introduced to your line, what first kit you would recommend to them. But I guess first they would need to know, okay, what problem are they tackling in the treatment room? And then from there, you guys seem to have everything, so you would give that specific kit to target that, right?
Agree.
Okay.
Say, for instance, a lot of people, we have developed a super project, and I'm very excited because I know it's a little thing that I don't want to say because ISIS is going to be an introduction to different products, but they have to come and see us.
Yes, come.
And the show is going to be great, by the way. I always like the area because I've been with Lenovel Esthetics for many years, and I think it's the show that it's our culture. It represents our culture. It carries on the message, and it allows people to be flexible. It's not, it's something that allows you to move in the culture of aesthetics. So at ISIS, precisely, we just developed a super 360 wheel. It's a super name. It's a wheel, and it contains all the different protocols by the name, like a menu display. So you don't have to think. I'm doing their thinking. So you have the name, and then you have all the products that will be listed to use for a specific happening with the skin, whatever the diagnosis, then you will be able to apply it right off the menu. So that will facilitate the esthetician to do it right. But the first thing, and don't skip it, is the skin analysis. And then you have the whole roundup. And it's going to be launched now at the ISIS, which is a beautiful case of products that is going to be AM, PM, during, and after. And especially today, we just have a product that is going to be launched, which is like MD spas. Talking about that. MD spas for me is like the boosting area. It's growing. It's an amazing market.
Like the medical spas?
MD spas, I think, is like my best. It's very powerful money-wise, but it's also, it gives the esthetician that angle where I have to get there. I want to be there because I want to do before, during, and after treatments. And there's what DermaSwiss falls in. We just got from Switzerland a lot of reviews on how to restore the skin after aggressive treatments. So we got a restore kit. And it allows customers to go home in an easy way to recuperate from all these treatments and allow them to be able to follow through with the esthetician, because you don't have to come to the doctor again for a couple of months. But then you have the estheticians to pick up on it. So this is how we were talking about. If you're not there at the edge of the mountain, you're just not gonna see it. You have to be solid, step on it, and move forward. And I think that's, like, for me, is the best. So we're going to be doing the cases. We're going to have the kits. We also have different peels, which is one of our strengths, which I'll talk to you about it later. And I think the show is, we're hoping for the best. So,
It's going to be great.
yes, we're local.
I love working with local companies because it's just like you guys are like a phone call away. You can go visit, you can get education, things like that. I've been noticing a lot too because I do a little bit of advanced treatments. I just got a medical director joining in with my mom. She's a nurse practitioner. So it is true that med spas are becoming greater and greater. A lot of estheticians are pairing with like nurse practitioners and we're just like merging a lot. Yeah. But I do notice that even just doing advanced treatments in the treatment room, a lot of my clients, where things go wrong is their post-care and it's afterwards. And so I like that you guys have the Restore kit because it's something that I feel like people need.
Like you just said, they have a job to do, med spas, and that's it. It ends right there. When you come out like a red apple, which is fine, agree. But then you don't know what to do next. And it's like the first question, what do I do now? There's what the esthetician has bingo. It's like there. I got all the knowledge. I know how to do the treatment perfect. So here it is. You need to come every 3 weeks to see me and start out from there. So that's the key. And I think the only thing you can do is learn how to do it. It's not just that easy because you don't want to mess up the results of it. You don't want to sometimes remove the inflammation.
Yeah.
You want to continue with that process, but people have to be there. It's like, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to make sure that happens. And it's amazing because us results, how would I describe the line? It will give you the results, immediate results. And that's like when you go shopping around everywhere and you say at the show, I came back to DermaSwiss because it definitely works. And it does work. So for me, it's a satisfaction to say that I've been very sharp on that. It's like, does it work? Does it show results within how many days? Within how many, what's the age group? And we're doing all that now because we're starting to promote clinicals so we can provide them the MD spas with those so they can really sell out.
Yeah. I would say MD spas also, like those that are more focused on like fillers and injectables and stuff, they need the education of the skin because it can't be forgotten. A lot of them focus just on like, the injectables, but not enough on the skin. So,
and they don't even prepare the skin sometimes.
At all, yeah.
They don't. You come in and sit down and you're done 20 minutes later and you come out like, But it's amazing what they can do now. There's so many beautiful treatments that they do in their faces and in our faces. And I feel like that, how aggressive that is, you need something that is more subtle and more like soft on you. It's like the follow-up treatment. I think is so important for women to feel that, or men, wherever it goes.
And what would you say, I know you talked about skin analysis and that could potentially be your answer, but what are like the main things that you feel like an esthetician should be getting education on? I'm sure it's something that you provide. So you say skin analysis. Is there anything else?
Yes, I think one of the things that is more important is the menu.
Okay.
Because sometimes they come to the spas and they don't know what to offer. You need a facial. What is a facial? I always tell them, what is a facial? I have no clue. What would you tell somebody? So learning how to define a treatment is more like the health of the skin rather than a facial. You can put a mask on and that's not a facial. You got to have a purpose. And going back to what you just said, skin analysis makes you realize how far can you go? How deep can you go? I call DermaSwiss an intelligent product line. Why? Because we're based on science, skin analysis, and expertise. You need all of that together. You need to know ingredients. You know how deep they go in. What is the traveling of an acid in your skin? How do they move? How deep they go? Pigmentation, if they have sensitivity, if they have anything like problems with rosacea, more than anything else these days. Diets are an issue, so all these things reflect on their skin. And I feel like the esthetician needs more than the skin analysis is learning about product characteristics. And that include, like I said, chemistry, ingredients, basically basic, because they are going to learn. People have now access to all these social media things, and their phone is there. And they kind of take pictures of your label and they learn about everything. Great, do it, but learn. See? So you cannot really hide any information right now, and you shouldn't, because that would not be integrity of your part. And I feel you should be transparent when you sell a product, when you have a lot, when you have an expiration date. So all these things, the esthetician is like a whole balloon that it's more than what she thinks she is. Right now, an esthetician is a very powerful woman in the salon because you're putting somebody else's face in your bed. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
people don't understand. It's my face. So yes, we do a lot of education. DermaSwiss
Yeah.
is like our core is the education.
And it can be scary because this year I've learned a lot of protocols, and then I will have like a client on my table, and you think that everyone's going to react the same exact protocol or get the same results, and then it's like, no, a lot of people are different. Their skin reacts differently. So that's where you need to have the knowledge to kind of improvise and to bring in new things, right? And not
Exactly.
always follow the exact protocol. You talked about like the esthetician being like a confident, like empowered woman or man. What would you say is like your ideal partner as an esthetician?
I would have someone, I do have someone like right now, it's like my right hand. It's someone that knows exactly what happens in the skin metabolism. It's more than an esthetician. She's, I would say, is a master esthetician or clinical esthetician because you need it now if you're working hand in hand, you know, with the doctors. But for me, an esthetician right now, like I would just say it would be my partner, would be someone that knows exactly how to diagnose right. You don't need equipment necessarily. Because I always believe that what if I do something with the estheticians? What if I take all the toys from their rooms? What would happen to their hands?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Because everybody goes out there today and they buy a ton of different machines, toys, etc. Excellent. We have the equipment, but you don't even know the characteristics of each one of them sometimes. So for me, when I see an esthetician buying all this, I said, what if I take all that off? What's going to happen with you? What are you going to do? You have a product, which is your intermediary. You have the knowledge, you have the science, you need the expertise. So someone that knows how to do diagnose or how to do the perfect skin analysis would be my favorite ally in my business. For a doctor, for an esthetician that is gonna, you know, like have a partnership with somebody,
Yeah.
that would be the person. You need to know.
What are like the 3 key things that make up like a perfect skin analysis consultation?
I always said spend 15 minutes with your client. How are you gonna know what I do? I have makeup. What's under? The makeup today is amazing. Okay, you can do miracles. Look at one. So we do miracles. But you have 15 minutes. What do you do? What do you eat? What is your lifestyle like? You drink coffee, you alcohol, you smoke, you do X, Y, Z, whatever. You need to know my lifestyle because I'm going to get out of here to the beach. I'm going to X beach. I mean, you know, they're not going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So at least find out. Second of all, what is your budget? A lot of people don't ask, what is your budget for your health on skin? A lot of people ask me, wow, how can I ask my client? Easy. When you go to the doctor, don't they tell you how much is your appointment? Or the Morpheus or ultrasound, whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing with the esthetician. The esthetician is a business person. So once you learn about the needs of the client, you talk about budgeting. Why? Because then you have X, Y, Z time to work on that skin because you're promising that you're going to make some changes. And when you're honest, you have to have all these questions answered properly. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to move on. See?
Yeah.
So that's how I think that number one, number two, and the third and the best is home products. Because you need to allow that lady or man or whoever comes in to make sure that they follow up and they support your system and your recommendation properly so you can acquire all these results that you're promising.
And as far as home care, do you recommend when a client comes in, you suggest one product to start with, or should they go home with the entire line?
Entire line doesn't work. Because I'd rather you come to see me more often and have the minimum products. That's why we're casing up like 2 products, AM, PM. That's it. If you want additional, you'll buy it as you come along to see me. I think
Okay.
it's a winner-winner. Because you don't want to load somebody with products when they have a ton and a half at home. And I will respect that because you
Yeah.
invested money. A lot of people have to think, listen, I blew up $150 or $500. You're not going to throw it away. That would be dishonest.
Yeah.
Show me the products and I tell you how do you combine it with mine. But the least products, you send them the best. So I would always recommend one that is something that moisturizing, a very heavy peptide, stem cells, exosomes even, depending on the, if it's used pro or retail. And mostly at night, you have something that is going to be corrective product. So you follow through every 2 or 3 weeks. So for me, it's no. The key is very little products. Do not try to push it all the way because you're serving the client. And then you complement as they come along.
Okay, you just reassured what I've been doing because I've been
I'm so glad.
I've been doing the one product little by little, and sometimes it's nice because they get to really experience that one product. They know, like, if you were to give them a whole line, they wouldn't really know what's working for them. If something backfires, they don't know what is causing it.
And they blame it on you.
Exactly.
I think it's something important that I've done for the industry. It's creating an institute. DermaSwiss Institute with licensed esthetician. I can license now.
Oh, you can license?
Yes, DermaSwiss Institute. So you missed that. You have still a chance. And you know why I did that? It was another dream of mine because it's the continuation of what we started it. So we have private academy where you come in personalized and you stay with us 5 months in education. Privately, guided. You have books of chemistry. You have everything that has to do with every single skin problem. You have anatomy. You have everything. But it's not easy to pass the course. But we make it easy so they understand how nice it is to understand who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
The skin. It's the biggest organ in our body. And they end up loving it, and they come out of there like masters in aesthetics, not just practicing, learning. You should have to see the skin analysis because I always say that is the key word. That's my magic word in skincare. Let them know what they're looking for and how they're going to get there. Your skin has ABC, and how far can you take them? Yeah. So now the education that I also provide is the capability of having all these women that are looking for a very their passion, mostly it's passion, because this is, it's a little bit of everything when you study aesthetics. They become so professionals, and it's great to see them. For me, it's like, done. I done it.
Yeah.
It is so happy. It makes me so happy. Every graduation, what I hear, how they're working, they're making money. We have a lot of people doing business classes, like social media, podcasting, they do it. So they learn to do this. I'm not going to be the teacher for this, but they're going to see me and they're going to say, well, you're able to do this. And I said, yes, because I can talk in front of 1,000 people, but here is like, I feel so isolated. But anyways, going back to that, it's really important because I'm generating something else and elevating the professional aesthetics knowledge. For me, it's amazing. So I'm very happy to do that and provide that to the community.
And if you are already an esthetician, can you still go to the school and join again, like re-enroll if you're already licensed?
We have what is called updating courses. They last about 84 hours, and it's advanced master esthetician programs. And I'm selling here, which I love. But I feel like more than that, it's preparing the esthetician, because maybe you study today, but you never go back to your books.
Yeah.
You never go to classes. You don't know what's happening. And every time that we bring out a product, like we bring in a couple of assets, they need some instructions. And they have to be careful with the use of those products. I can just sell it. Yeah. You have to take a class, you have to go for training, you have to be either online or in person, but you have to have a test taken before you use those, because it's our reputation. And I think it's the integrity of the company. And I don't want to have calls saying they burn my skin,
Yeah.
And it happens.
Because they then blame it on your product.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm the last one to know, but it's the consequences lay on me as the company. So yes, we do that, and we do that education to refresh kind of a thing, but it's more than refresh.
Yeah, I think the most discouraging thing for me, I mean, I was told before I went to aesthetic school, don't expect much, which I feel like sometimes we kind of have to tell estheticians that, at least not with yours,
no.
but because it's you don't want them to get discouraged and then not even go out into the field, right? And so I kind of went in with that mindset of okay, don't expect much, But I was super discouraged my first day because I brought my books, I brought my like notepad. I was super excited. I sat down, I was taking notes, everything she was saying. I studied for the first exam, and then I go in for the first exam and everyone's like cheating. She leaves the room. It's not taken seriously at all. And then from there on, like the teacher sets the standard kind of for how serious the class is taken, of course. And I just feel like my experience was like horrible. So I don't think it's a bad thing if an esthetician is already licensed and decides to go back to
They
school.
should.
Yeah.
I invite them to do so. I would even help them out economically speaking. I do that because I know what they're having. They're doing something to the aesthetics industry because anyone that does something wrong there, it repercutes on you, on me as a company, on everybody.
And the whole industry.
And the whole industry starts talking about it. And I dislike the fact that they don't take advantage of all the resources that we have, especially us. I'm an educator by passion. And I think the only way to do things in life is that way. If you're not updated, it's like now, global aesthetics. What is happening today? It's a consumer that knows a lot. This is not, they're not going to swallow stories. They're going to come and they know, they look, they research. They may not have the concept of it, but they would ask questions. And the questions will determine whether they stay with you or they go. Yeah. And I think it's a billionaire industry. It is billions of dollars out there in the industry of the skincare. And every time you see a new brand coming up, what's the future of those brands? What do they rely on? That's for you to find out. Are you relying on companies that they've been there for a long time and they've been doing? Because we're not trendy. DermaSwiss is not a trendy brand. We are aware of the trends, but we don't attach to those unless they stay. And they're just defined to add up to our line. And that is really important, and I believe it, and I say it out loud. I'm not trendy. I'm not going to take this, that, and that because it's selling. That's going to go away. Yeah. But some of those products, they will stay. Then I'll pick up on it. I called the lab and I said, listen, guys, we have something going. Let's get together. Tell me what's going on, what's new on this. Give me clinicals, give me results. And then we add it up. But I'm not an intense line. DermaSwiss is not, it's a couple of products that they will make the difference in your treatments.
I mean, you don't want to follow the trends because like trends come and go. That's usually the companies that come and go too, right? So it sounds like you've been able to establish like just a long-term reputation in this industry because you've stuck to your values.
And it's not easy because a lot of people would do the same thing to us every day. Did you have XYZ? Because it's selling. Is it selling or working? Is it working? Is it showing results? Yeah. So why are you attaching to that? And then you're mixing lines because the trendy lines, they usually come with 1 or 2 items. How would you add that up? It's not your formulation. Yeah. See? So I'm afraid to do that, not because I don't want to do it. It's because I don't trust it. I don't trust consumers to be attached to an item and then disappear. I don't think that's nice. I think they have to know that I'm here to stay. Doing for 33 years, it's not a story of yesterday. And eventually what's going to happen is that I see the results today. The same product that I had 20 years ago, just cleaning it up. Every time it's cleaner. Every time I remove products that are not associated with today's technology. And the Swiss will provide me with that. So my core line, it's all entirely covering all that cleansing kind of elements that are not really popular anymore.
Yeah, I like that you said that you also just, reformulate and cleanse your current products because also, too, I'm sure you get feedback from estheticians that are using your products, even when it comes to just simple packaging and stuff and like pumps and application. That's all feedback that you can just continuously make your one product an amazing product.
I agree. And I think one of the things that I'm sure that we decided to serve the market of the professional esthetician. I need to give them a better content in that bottle. I have to promise them. My promise is use it right, you get the results. Progressive, not aggressive. Even if you do all the treatment that we do with the bestsellers, which is the acid peels, you have to do it progressively. It's like the Swiss, when I called them and I said, I need XYZ acid. How long did it take you to age? I hate that question. Said, okay, 50 years. Okay, how do you pretend doing it in 15 days? So give the skin some time. Yeah. Recover, hydrate. antioxidants. And I started to believe that from the very beginning. I said, I want a product I said, no, this doesn't work. And this I don't do anymore. So it's like little by little you build up and you create that need of a client. At the same time, you're doing the loyalty process.
Yeah, you have to set the expectation with the client too when they come in, that it's going to be a journey, that we're going to go progressive because we don't want to damage your skin, right?
Agreed.
So I completely agree with that. And I think it does have clients come back and they trust you more. They might leave and go somewhere else and get that treatment done, but usually they end up coming back to you.
They should come back, and they usually do. And they experiment. I would do the same if I go to a show or any other convention. I will try everything just to learn, but don't mix. Make sure you mix right, or don't mix. Because if you're not studying, you're not going to their seminars, you're messing up. Your money is going away. Your return on your investment is zero.
Yeah, or you're not using the product to the best of its ability and the protocol.
Shouldn't put time on it.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to be at ICS Fort Lauderdale. What can we expect at your booth? Do you know your
First
booth?
of all, our presence is amazing. No, I love it because I feel at home at that show. I think ICS for us, like I said, it's something that it attracts most of our people that are local. A lot of people from South America. A lot of people from, different states around Florida. I know it's a very successful show for us. It's always been. So we're looking forward to introduce some products. We will announce them at the show.
Can you give us like a hint?
No. No, yes. We have something to do with exosomes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes, and some acids to complement what we already have, which are like the basic Peel-X Plus. We're looking forward, and like I said, it's always great to participate in these conversations. I think they're healthy. They enrich, the market and the industry. And if anything else, it's something that we need to promote more now that you're part of the industry and, backed up by a big corporation like L&E. And I think that's something that it's amazing for both of us as part of the chat today. But it's more like the industry itself should benefit from this because they listen to my point of view. To everybody else's, respect it or leave it. Do whatever you want. It's like I said, take it or leave it. But there is no gray line.
Yeah, no, that's why,
Like,
that's kind of the mission behind the podcast, is to really just like amplify different voices in the industry and to share different philosophies. Because we're all going to have different, philosophies and stuff like that. And we want to open estheticians' perspective and just educate more than anything, right?
Yes. And I would just say, having DermaSwiss with us today after all these years, it's a line that you want to really consider, not just because it's simple, compact, and versatile. It does what it means. And I am so happy to say that because it works. Otherwise, I don't think I would be here today.
Yeah, you wouldn't be here so passionate about it.
And you would have a big loss. But I love it, and I said, have a great attitude in life. It's a privilege to do whatever we do here in the industry.
Well, thank you for coming and sitting down with me. Where can our listeners and viewers find DermaSwiss online?
The webpage is dermaswisspro.com. You can find all the information, the catalogs, depending upon your license and everything. You sign in and you'll get all the information. And the classes that we offer permanently.
Are you going to offer any classes at ICS?
Yes, we do.
Okay, what are the classes at ICS for Lauderdale?
We're going to talk about the peels, and we're also going to bring up the exosome part of it.
Okay, perfect.
You got me out.
Yes, you have to come to the show,
That's
guys.
terrible.
You have to meet Clara in person. She's absolutely incredible. And I guess we'll see you there. Right?
Definitely.
Yes.
Thank
Bye,
you so much.
Esties.
Bye.